What is up, YouTube? Welcome to Panfro Games. In today's video, we have another daily dose of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet news and leak updates to share with you all today. And today, we got a bunch of random leaks to cover, so there's going to be a very interesting mishmash of news and leaks. And of course, guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and like the video. I really appreciate it. Starting off with some news from yesterday's Nintendo Direct, and Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 were officially announced coming to Nintendo Switch Online for the N64 expansion pass, which is an additional premium service. So that is $50 instead of the usual 20 for Nintendo Switch Online. And they're going to be coming in sometime in 2023. I'm going to guesstimate that's going to be the first half of the year, just because that Direct was focusing on things from January to May. So I have a good feeling about we're going to get both of them probably at the same time as well. So one big thing is we're going to be able to play this game online, but only the mini games. I will say this, the mini games definitely were like the best part of these games personally. Like, it was a lot of fun playing, 4 players mini games on both Stadium 1 and 2. However, there is going to be no online for the actual Pokemon battling. And another big disappointing thing is you're only going to be able to use rental teams because there is no connection to Pokemon Home or any other Pokemon games. Previously, when these games originally came out, you were able to hook up to your Game Boy or Game Boy Color, and you were able to, transfer your Pokemon over from your Game Boy Color games to Pokemon Stadium, and then you're able to use your own team. That was sort of the whole fun aspect of it, but we're not going to be able to get that in this, unfortunately. You can learn how to emulate, because I think that is going to be a great thing to do if you want to get a little bit of Pokemon history in you. And now for some leaks from Riddler Koo. So Riddler Koo says all league members got this icon, and he is focusing on our champion Geeta, and on her hand she has this compass, and it sort of looks like a star, a crystal compass, and we've seen this compass a couple of times in the Pokemon trailers. Probably the biggest one is in the center of that town, where it has all the different rainbow colors to it, pretty much representing every single type. So apparently every single Elite Four member is going to have this. And so far, she's the only character to have this openly on her hand. But this is going to be something to look at forward to when we're looking at new characters that are being revealed on future Pokemon trailers. And something that is very interesting, when I said it looks like a crystal, it does look like a Tera crystal potentially too. So it sort of has that combination of a compass and a Tera crystal. And this little area on the map, this building here, could potentially be where the Elite Four is. Sort of has that big crystal vibe. You can see how this is sort of like a diamond shape, and it does end up sort of looking like a compass too in a way, and it has all the colors. And there is a gym field on the top of the building, which could be a great place to have the championship battle. So there is potential that this is where the Elite Four is. And then Riddler Koo also hints at another Pokemon joining Geeta's championship team. So previously we already knew about 2, but now we're going to be halfway with her team. And he says one new Pokemon in her team got revealed, leaked with pictures, and he also says poison. So there was one poison Pokemon that has leaked so far in pictures that will be on her team. And that Pokemon is going to be the Rock Poison Flower here. It's the only other poison type that would really fill this, that was considered a true leak. I would not consider the engine as a leak, as that was an official trailer and we've seen multiple times, but this is a true leaked image. So we now know 3 of her Pokemon, and we know that one is going to be the Hawkfish, which we have seen this leaked image for already. And then we have the Flower, and she has the Cleopatra-themed pure Psychic Ostrich Pokemon. So we have a Psychic, Water Psychic, and Poison Rock Flower. And she will not be rocking the Ice Dragon Pseudo Legendary. I am not 100% sure, confirmed on this. I think Centro could have gotten this wrong, but that is an interesting thing to point out. Or maybe the leaker meant to say she will have the pseudo. We do not know for sure, but I'll keep you guys up to date when we learn more about that. And of course, Riddler Koo was not done there. He has some more leaks about Girafarige now, and he says, time to guess Girafarige's evolution's official English name, also a palindrome. If you don't know what a palindrome is, essentially it is the same word spelled backwards and forwards. Like the name Girafarige is a palindrome. You can spell it forwards and backwards and it'll be the exact same word. So that's a really cool thing that they're keeping with Girafarige. And it sort of does make sense because it's a Pokemon that has two heads, a head and a tail. Technically, you wouldn't know which one is which if you were just to see it randomly in the wild, right? But if you haven't seen it, this is what Giraffage's evolution looks like. This is a fan art based on a leaked image, but this is what it's going to look like. The heads are going to merge together, so it's going to be more of a hood, and apparently it's still going to be a normal and psychic Pokemon. And when we're looking at palindromes, I really like this idea that the name of Giraffage's evolution will be, and if I butcher this, I'm sorry, Farigiraf, which it does have giraffe in it. It does have a pun to what the Pokemon is based on in a real life animal. So I am a big fan of it. And using like some Chinese characters for the reasoning here, I do believe that it could potentially be that. And honestly, I want to believe that it is that because I think that is if the fact that it fits in giraffe in the name and it's a palindrome and it does sound sort of real, I can believe it. I really hope the Pokemon ends up being good though. And if you didn't know, I did cover this in a previous video, but the new Girafarige evolution and potentially Girafarige themselves will be having a new ability called Ruminant. And essentially this is the process of a big herbivore, like a pachyderm, eating some food and then it will like regurgitate it to like chew it on again. And that's how they digest the food. So the idea here is you're going to pop your berry and then you're going to be able to get your berry back again, similar to the move Recycle. So that could actually be really good competitively if there is just a random chance, like a 50% chance that you can regain the berry that you've used every turn. So it's like, okay, well, I popped the citrus. Okay, now I got my citrus again. Oh, I can just keep using my citrus over and over and over again. So if that's true, that's going to be really legit. Now we also have a minor Kaka update on some of his leaks. Kaka hasn't been putting out too much, but he did say that we are getting a new ability that is virtually a clone of Queenly Majesty, which is a signature ability of Serena. And essentially, you're going to be able to block priority moves outside of Prankster priority moves. So that's really cool. But we'll have to see. And there are more than 25 new abilities, but that does include abilities that are just changing a name, but doing the exact same thing. So that's a little bit disappointing, but it's not too surprising considering the flavor text for abilities on brand new Pokemon. We also got reconfirmation that all three starters don't have new or renamed abilities. They're all old abilities, so there's nothing crazy for the starters in terms of something brand new, but they could have some insane abilities. I wouldn't be surprised to see something like Protean on one of them. And now for one last riddle, Riddler Koo says, imagines its new function growing on body. And it's a picture of a steel screw. And I'm going to have to say this. I have a good feeling that this is most likely going to be the steel type Tera hat. And it's going to be a screw that you're going to put through your Pokemon's head on the top of their head. Maybe like a horn. It could be a screw coming out. I don't know how this is going to look cool. It probably won't look cool. But I can only imagine. I mean, unless he's like hinting at something about like Paradox Magneton. That's the only other thing I can think of. But personally, when I think of steel and thinking of what a steel Tera type hat could be, I think a screw probably makes the most sense at the end of the day. And there is a bunch of steel types that do have like some sort of like machinery or screws, like the Magnemite line, have screws to it. So I think this is the steel type Tera type hat. Let me know in the comment section below if you think that is right or not. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Please like this video. It helps me out a lot. And subscribe if you're new. And I'll catch you guys next time with more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet updates and other gaming action. Peace out and have a great one.